What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date here as everything is just going crazy here around our country. Also, new information has come out that the police have waited 48 minutes in the school shooting before pursuing the shooter. And a lot of controversy over this on if they could have saved lives going in there faster. Now, they do this in a lot of cases when there's hostage situations. Now, this is a tough call, guys. This is a tough call, and I know there's going to be a lot of controversy over here as 21 lives were lost, 19 kids and 2 adults. As you can see here, the deadliest school shooting ever. Yeah, really, really sad. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said the shooter is believed to have been killed by, or was killed by responding law enforcement. But now we're learning that they called police. And as you can see here, one pleaded with the 911 officers and said, please send the police now, as nearly 20 officers waited in the hallway for more than 45 minutes, authorities said here on Friday. The commander at the scene in Uvalde said the school's district police chief believed that the 18-year-old gunman was barricaded inside the adjoining classroom at Robb Elementary School and that the children were no longer at risk. The head of the Texas Department of Public Safety said at a news conference and said, quote, "It was the wrong decision." So Friday's briefing came after the authorities spent 3 days providing often conflicting and incomplete information about the 90 minutes that elapsed between the time Ramos entered the school and when U.S. Border Patrol agents unlocked the classroom door and killed him. Yeah, this is so sad, but he killed, as we know, 21 people here, and his motives remain unclear. There was a barrage of gunfire shortly after they entered the classroom, where officers eventually killed him. But shots were sporadic for much of the 48 minutes when officers waited in the hallway. He said investigators do not know if or how many people died during that time. Throughout the attack, teachers repeatedly called 911 asking for help, including a girl who pleaded, "Please send the police now." Parents, teachers, and onlookers said, quote, "A lot of us were arguing with the police. You all need to go in there," quote, "You all need to do your jobs." Their response was, "We can't do our jobs because you guys are interfering." Michael Dorn, an executive director of Safe Havens International, which works to make schools safer, cautioned that it's hard to get a clear understanding of the facts soon after a shooting. Says, quote, "The information we have a couple weeks after an event is usually quite different than what we get in the first day or two. An event that is usually quite inaccurate. For catastrophic events, you're usually 8 to 12 months out before you really have a decent picture." But we do know that police waited 48 minutes before they went in there because this is what the police have told us in their briefing here today. Here is the briefing of the police response of, here's what they have to say. Check this out.
19 officers gathered in the hallway or somewhere. What efforts were made to try and break through that door you say was locked? What efforts were the officers making to try and break through either that door or another door to get inside that classroom?
None at that time.
Why?
the on-scene commander at the time believed that it had transitioned from an active shooter to a barricaded subject.
Sir, you have people who are alive, children who are calling 911 saying, please send the police. They are alive. In that classroom, there are lives that are at risk.
Hey, we're well aware of that.
Right, but why was this decision made not to go in and rescue these children?
Again, you know, the on-scene commander considered it a barricaded subject and that there was time and there were no more children at risk. Obviously, you know, based upon the information we have, there were children in that classroom that were at risk, and it was, in fact, still an active shooter situation and not a barricaded subject.
What police? What can you tell parents that were here waiting and asking for the police to go in?
You doing an apology for them?
Yeah, there was 19, like I said, there was 19 officers in there. In fact, there was plenty of officers to do whatever needed to be done, with one exception, is that the incident commander inside believed they needed more equipment and more officers to do a tactical breach at that point. That's why BORTAC was requested on the scene as soon as they were there. They executed a search, or at least a dynamic entry, and went in, and of course, that was not the 1257. With the benefit of hindsight, stand by, right? I got it. Okay. Hey, from the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision. Period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there, but I'm just telling you, from what we know, we believe there should have been an entry at that as soon as you can. Hey, when there's an active shooter, the rules change. It's no longer, okay, it's no longer a barricaded subject. We don't have time. You don't worry about outer perimeters. And by the way, Texas embraces active shooter training, active shooter certification, and that doctrine requires officers, we don't care what agency you're from, you don't have to have a leader on the scene. Every officer lines up, stacks up, goes and finds where those rounds are being fired at, and keeps shooting until the subject is dead, period.
So, let me know your thoughts here. I know it's a dangerous job for police to just run in there with an active shooter. Very dangerous job to be a policeman. But in this case, with children and a school involved, with an active shooter involved in there, very, very tough situation. And I don't think they should have waited that long. I mean, lives were being lost, and everybody was at risk, and that's what they're there to do, to protect people who don't have any other defense but the police. And to wait 48 minutes is just, I mean, you let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Yeah, I just I don't think that there's going to be any way to say that it wasn't a mistake. I mean, sure, you need a little bit of time to assess the situation and stuff, but clearly them just waiting in the hallway for dozens of minutes at a time, just waiting. 48 minutes is an eternity. An eternity. I mean, I know when I wrestled, it was a 6-minute match. That felt like an eternity. 48 minutes is forever. Forever. It's a long time. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Also, the husband of one of the Texas teachers that was killed in the shooting has also died. Not from the shooting directly. 2 days later, the husband of one of the teachers that passed in the shooting also died of a heart attack from the stress and everything he was dealing with. So they say he died of a broken heart as he suffered a heart attack and died. So, yeah, very tragic. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody dealing with this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, in a crazy headline here, check this out. House Democrats introduce a bill calling to withhold pay for Congress after mass shootings. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Here's what it has to say. Check this out. Representative Emanuel Cleaver, a Democrat from Missouri, introduced a bill Thursday that would withhold congressional pay in the aftermath of a mass shooting. And just to put this in context, there has been 213 mass shootings in 21 weeks this year. So they're pretty much happening all the time. So that's about 10 per week in the United States. It's a very, very sad thing. They're happening all the time. Only a few of them make the national news like this, but they happen all the time, sadly. But yeah, you can see here this bill introduced Thursday would withhold congressional pay in the aftermath of a mass shooting. The quote, No Pay Until Peace Act would withhold a month of pay from all members of Congress every month that a mass shooting occurs, defined as 4 or more people being killed from one incident. Cleaver put forward the bill following the Tuesday shooting at a Texas elementary school that killed 21, include 19 students, as legislation on guns has long been stalled in the Senate. And really, it's a bipartisan or non-bipartisan issue where mostly Democrats want to pass stronger gun laws and Republicans don't. I know there's a lot of mixed issues here. And you can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. And a lot of people have mixed issues about this as well, saying, you know, it's not guns to do this, it's people to do this. And a lot of people say, well, we need background checks. And a lot of people saying we don't. And a lot of people saying that you know, that's not going to help. Criminals are going to be able to get these anyways. And a lot of mixed feelings here. A lot of mixed feelings here. I personally think at the bare minimum, we need police officers at doors with locked doors all the time at schools, bare minimum, where police officers are, you know, probably 2 police officers at every school all the time, 24/7. Or, I mean, maybe, you know, if schools aren't open on Sundays and there's, you know, a lot of schools have functions 7 days a week now. So if schools are open 7 days a week, there's at least 2 police officers there all the time. I mean, police work 24/7. So if you have a full police staff anyways, 2 members of the police staff, at least, you know, larger schools can have maybe a few more, should be at the schools anyways. They're already staffing these police anywhere anyways. They should have a couple of them go to the schools and just be there. They're already paying their salaries. Have them at the schools anyways, because they're a large gathering, and they should have. I mean, when you think about other large gatherings like NFL, Major League Baseball, they have police there as well. Why would we not have them at the schools? And really, this is to help prevent future events. Help prevent future events. Locked doors, police at doors, inside doors, for future events. Again, the more we can help prevent these in the future, the better. If you have schools with no police, it just takes time for police to get there. And then you have decisions like this where there's 48 minutes that they're deciding what to do, as opposed to if you have 2 policemen already there and they see a shooter, it just happens instinctively, right? So yeah, let me know your thoughts here. But this is obviously, this and the Roe versus Wade thing right now are 2 of the major things going on here in our country that are going to decide what's going to happen here in our future. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and the House of Representatives said that they're going to be voting here very shortly on these 2 major issues, gun rights and Roe versus Wade. And I know that there's a lot of people on both sides of the equation. Some people think this way, some people think that way. And everybody's entitled to their own thoughts. But one way or another, they're going to be voting on these going forward, deciding the future of what's going to happen. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything. So make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. I'll keep you up to date here. Subscribing is completely free to do so. After you click the subscribe button down below, click the bell icon so you get reminders when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this video here to see my new stimulus check video I just did with lots of states that are sending out checks right now and about the federal stimulus checks. So click on that video next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.